Hello. Welcome to this edition of MHS Miniviews. I'm your host, Billy McCarthy. Today, we will be talking to our assistant principal, Mr. John Travers, regarding the social probation policy. How are you doing, Mr. Travers, today?
Very good. Thanks for having me on the show.
All right, so our first question today is, why did you decide to get rid of the Saturday school policy?
So the Saturday school policy was trying to make a change in student behavior, trying to have students learn a lesson. If they were cutting a lot of classes or they were tardy every day, hoping that if they went to Saturday school, gave up some of their Saturday, it would change their behavior. Unfortunately, most of the students routinely came back. It didn't change their behavior, so we said, what else could we do? And so this year we tried something new with the policy of social probation.
All right, so another question is, what changes when a student is on social probation? Like, what happens to them?
So a student will be told typically they'll start with 2 hours of social probation. They'll be given a list of kind of local organizations they can go to do their 2 hours of community service. For example, they can stay after school and work with our custodial staff cleaning the school. They can work with Mr. Brzezinski, the athletic director, and help out at an athletic event, passing out balls, taking tickets, so they can give to the community through community service. They also typically will lose something. So, for example, the first time you may lose being able to go to home athletic games, so they couldn't go to like a Friday night football game. But if their behavior does not change, then their second or their third time, they may lose, for example, their ability to bring their cell phone to school. Or if they're junior or senior and they drive to school, they can lose the ability to drive their car. So each time, if we can't change the behavior, we say, let's add something new and different that might actually get the student to say, whoa, stop. Maybe I should stop doing this. I don't want to lose that privilege, and hopefully we'll get their attention.
Yeah, you made a lot of clear points there as well. Who has MHS parented with for community service?
So we've been very fortunate. Again, our athletic director, Mr. Brzezinski, has assisted us. In town, let me just check my sheet. There's an agency called The Branches, which is a facility that deals with elderly care. So they need volunteers to read to people, carry flowers to people's bedroom. We have Miss Haley from our business department, who has said students who could come in. She does an evening program teaching technology to parents, so students could come in and help her do that. And the town itself, through departments of public work, working in a park on a Saturday, whether it's cleaning up a park, working with young students doing like an intramural basketball, where maybe they would be a timekeeper or be a scorekeeper. So the town has even said that they're willing to help us through public works.
Yeah, I think that'll be very beneficial for the school system. Another question that seems to be asked quite a lot was, why was the vaping policy changed this year?
Well, the actual policy of receiving a ticket was always there. We just didn't really know who to tie in with the town of Marlboro. So this year, the town actually gave Mr. Bishop and myself the ticket book, taught us how to do the tickets. So students would receive the $25 ticket if they're caught vaping. And then if it's a $100 ticket, which comes from having marijuana products inside the vape device, that actually will get done by Officer Terrio, the school resource officer, because that becomes more of a legal issue if there's actually marijuana involved in the vape. So again, part of our process has been try to get students to realize the hazards of vaping. And so this year, for example, if you go in the nurse's office, there's a lot of information up about students that are going through pulmonary respiratory issues with vaping. We've changed our curriculum with the 9th and 10th grade wellness class, which used to be more like nicotine-based products. Now we're doing more on vaping products, really trying to get our students aware of the hazards and the long-term damage they're doing to their body by talking about vaping and being more open to our student population about kind of the hazards of vaping.
All right, well, thank you for this time you took out of your day. It was very, very beneficial. So that was this edition of MHS Mini Views. I'm your host, Billy McCarthy, signing off.